Up with KREM begins now.
Well, good morning. Happy Friday Eve. One day closer to the weekend, friends.
So close.
I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. We've got our meteorologist, Thomas Patrick, here with us. Thomas, not only is it the weekend, but tomorrow's Halloween.
I thought your TV was turned off.
Not quite.
It's
it almost looks like one of those old TVs where it has the image burned in after you turn it off. It's like, because that's why we have screensavers in the first place. No, not a black screen, just very foggy conditions. I always enjoy doing this. I just like to take the pencil tool and be like, can you see the pavilion? Well, a little bit here, thanks to all the lights here. I could, listen, I could doodle all day the little light streaks on the pavilion perfectly. Hey, don't forget the clock tower is up right here as well. So yeah, things are looking super, super foggy over downtown Spokane this morning. Okay, art aside, realistically, we will see low visibility conditions through Spokane County and Kootenai County until 10 o'clock this morning. That means if you're just about to hit the road for the commute, keep the low beams on both before and after sunset, because the visibility situation is going to be incredibly bad for a handful of hours on I-90 and Highway 2.
Taking a live look now at I-90 and Freya, where you can see that fog covering I-90 as well. We're seeing more cars on the road now this morning compared to an hour ago as people get up and head out the door. But still, the biggest impact this morning is that fog. Like Thomas mentioned, lasting for a lot of the morning, so be careful, use your low beams, and be careful of those slick road conditions as you head out the door. Well, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown is declaring an emergency, partly because of the government shutdown and partly for her homelessness response plan.
The emergency will open up 50 extra shelter beds, expedite funding for eviction protections, and fund more mobile treatment to connect people to services. The declaration comes just days after council unanimously passed a obstruction and enforcement ordinance. It allows police to offer assistance to the unhoused, arrest camping ban violators, or do both.
Because that is stepping up both outreach and enforcement, which means more people will be contacted, and we need a place for them to go. And so it's partly that, but it's also because we want to go upstream and prevent more homelessness.
Mayor Brown says demand for housing and food assistance is expected to grow under the federal shutdown and potential lapse of SNAP benefits. As the government shutdown continues, the Spokane Regional Health District has announced that they will be able to continue WIC services at least into November.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live in Spokane right now. So Brandon, the health district says they were preparing to close as soon as today. What's changed now?
Well, good morning, Tim, Nicole. A wave of additional funding has now allowed those offices to remain open at least until late November. That's 6 total offices that the Spokane Regional Health District operates here in Spokane County. And again, less than 24 hours ago, they were prepared to be closing at the end of today's work day. So for now, those additional funds will extend layoff notices until November 30th, and offices will remain open until the 26th. There's about 17,000 people here in Spokane County that use the Women, Infant, and Children's Nutrition Program. Our crew's got a chance to speak with a mother who uses the benefits and also serves as an employee of WIC.
You know, we've had to use food banks in the past, and luckily, you know, since we've been on WIC and we've gotten to, you know, balance our income and everything, we really haven't had to in a long time.
Also separate from those Regional Health District WIC offices, there are 4 other WIC offices here in Spokane run by the West Central Community Center. They say they're also happy to hear other WIC offices won't have to close amid this shutdown. Again, if you or someone you know uses any of these WIC services, the Spokane Regional Health District also has information on their website about the WIC services throughout Spokane County. For now, live in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Some Washington state ranchers are raising questions about President Trump's plan to bring in more beef from Argentina. The administration says the move is meant to help lower prices at the grocery store. Beef prices have hit record highs across the country, which is a bright spot for farmers struggling with other crops. Under the president's proposal, the U.S. would import about 4 times more beef than Argentina than it does now. Industry experts say the savings for shoppers could likely be small. Cattle producers say they're watching closely to see how the plan could affect their livelihoods.
Well, it was kind of a gut punch, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to keep the faith that the whole plan will come together and end up helping American farmers, but that was not the path I was expecting.
Ranchers worry this move will take a cut out of their profits.
New this morning, Idaho State Police Forensics released a new report. It says right now, ISP is handling the most drug cases of the last 10 years. Forensics received more than 3,400 cases. That's a more than 12% increase from last year. The most common drugs were cannabis, meth, and fentanyl. ISP says never drive under the influence. And if you suspect somebody is, you can call law enforcement. Spokane Valley Police found 2 reported stolen vehicles within just a few hours of each other, thanks to their automated license plate readers.
So both of these incidents happened last Wednesday. In the first one, deputies got an alert. A stolen vehicle was on Sprague in Spokane Valley. Within minutes, deputies were able to spot the stolen car. You're about to see actual video from the incident. Police say the driver claimed he bought the car from someone named Jay, but was unable to give information. He was arrested and booked into the Spokane County Jail.
They recovered the second stolen car just before 1 in the afternoon. Deputies got another ALPR alert. Police say the car was originally stolen on October 19th from the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Officers arrested the woman driving the car and booked her into the Spokane County Jail. Well, the Aspen Heights apartments in Pullman had to evacuate earlier this week so law enforcement could process a scene and collect evidence. At about 8 p.m. on Tuesday, SWAT teams surrounded the apartments. After hours of surveillance, they arrested Osmond Morales Salto. He was wanted in Pasco for first-degree assault charges. Pasco police say he was involved in a shooting on Sunday morning. WSU students who had to evacuate were able to go to the Cub.
Turn around, face the car. Turn around, face the car.
Don't put your hands on me, pal. Listen.
You are going to get hurt. If
I
you don't
am?
listen to what I'm telling you.
A former Spokane County sergeant accused of beating a man during an arrest in 2023 now faces a federal lawsuit. Clay Hilton is charged with violating the civil rights of Kevin Hinton. Court documents show Hilton punched and kneed Hinton using unreasonable force by a deputy. Hilton approached Hinton because he was parked at the Spokane Valley Park after hours. Hilton is also charged with falsifying a report for claiming he saw 2 knives in the car. These new federal charges follow an assault charge filed in state court and a civil case filed against Hilton and the sheriff's office.
Weather-wise today, got the fog over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Also have temperatures really close to 32 degrees. Notice the spots that are below the freezing mark, which would be out at the airport at 31, Deer Park at 31, and Post Falls at 29. Those would be spots that could be suspect to a freezing fog, which is even more dangerous than just the low visibility in its own merit. It is the collection of any kind of ice, especially on bridges and overpasses, that could make for a very hidden danger. Now, the fog is worst over Spokane County, quarter-mile visibility, both being reported in Spokane and Deer Park simultaneously here. So dense fog advisories go until 10 o'clock this morning. If that can give way to mostly sunny skies, it won't be bad for this afternoon, but look for foggy conditions for this morning and then likely again tomorrow morning on Halloween.
Well, tonight is the Breast Intentions 9th annual Bra-lloween event. It's a fundraiser to help them raise money for the year. Breast Intentions helps women in need get professionally fitted bras. They help women of all ages and all backgrounds.
It is amazing the confidence and dignity that comes from having the proper bra on. If you're always pulling and doing this all the time, you're not feeling good about yourself. And it's amazing once the women get fitted, all of a sudden shoulders are back, standing up tall, very, very proud of themselves.
At last check this morning, there were still 10 tickets available. If you're interested, you can buy them at breastintentionsofwashington.org.
We are entering a busy travel season. It can be stressful for anyone, but for those living with a disability, traveling can be even more challenging. Lindy Markison is working to help others while also educating businesses on accessibility. Markison is an accomplished athlete whose life changed forever after a crash forced the amputation of one of her legs. Instead of letting her circumstances define her, she kept going.
You said something, you thought your life was over, and I think many people can relate to going through hard things and having that same feeling. When did you realize it wasn't over, it was just changing?
When I kept waking up.
Yeah.
I kept waking up day by day, and I realized that my life was only going to be what I made it. And so I held on to the hope, and that's what I tell everybody, like in the darkest of times, cling on to the fact that hope will still find you and good things will still find you.
With KREM, Markison joins me on the first edition of Let's Talk with Tim Pham. This is going to be a place where I invite in people from our community for real and honest conversations. Watch the first edition this Saturday on Up with KREM.